Alright, welcome to Jerry Berry Acts. Today, we're going to react to Season 2, Episode 11, the second half of Season 2 premiere of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, entitled TED Talk. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Daily content. If there's a day, there's a reaction. Links in the description box down below. Patreon, stream, everything in between. We can go ahead and put Jerry behind the scenes in just a second. That last episode yesterday, the mid-season finale, was a banger. It was a part 2. There's a new Slayer who I found out is, well, shit, I done forgot which one she was. I think she was Emily Bennett in the Vampire Diaries, and then she came back around and played somebody else in Teen Wolf. So we've seen her in plenty. I don't know if she was actually Emily Bennett, but she was definitely a Bennett in the Vampire Diaries. So it made her do that fucky ass accent, but 2 Slayers. She went back on the plane, back wherever she was. We have Xander and Cordelia smooching. We got Willow and Oz kind of walking off together. Buffy and Angel still solidifying who they are. She saved his life. But the big thing is Drew is now has the power. She has to worry about getting Spike back up to health. So we shall see. I'm going to go ahead and put Jerry behind the scenes just to see what we get into with Ted. The name makes me just seem like we're just going to forget everything that happened in the last season and just go on to some bullshit. But oh no.
You guys wait here a second.
They had no concern. You didn't see her not turn the key, bro?
No. Mom!
Oh.
Oh my. I'm sorry. I heard.
I broke a wine glass.
Your mama's in here making out with John Ritter. All right. I don't know what's happening.
You're home early.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, this is my daughter, Buffy. Buffy, this is Ted.
This is 8 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter. Special guest star John Ritter. That's the first time I've actually read a name at the bottom of the screen.
Recently, I gather you were cataloging more than art.
Well, I've been looking for the right moment to introduce you to.
Yeah, I
He's a
bet.
wonderful man.
John Ritter's solid.
Your computer's only half a rocket ship.
Yeah, but who can afford the upgrades?
Well, you can. I get the demos for free. I don't see why I shouldn't give them to you for the same price. Any friend of Buffy's? What?
That's the sound she makes when she's speechless with geeker joy.
Yeah.
Can I just say, this is the finest pizza ever on God's green earth. What is your secret?
I wanted to wait until he was fully kind of in frame for a second. Okay, so now I have another thought. I was going to say, it'd be really cool to have John Ritter as like a continuing character, as like Buffy's mom's boyfriend flying around. John Ritter from, I guess most people know him from Three's Company. 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. It had the 2 titles, one longer, one shorter. This was in 1998, so unfortunately, he would, pass away 5 years after this, if I'm not mistaken. This is weird, random knowledge in the back of my head. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure John Ritter passed away on September the 11th, 2003. September 11th is just an easy date to remember for things, just because, it's tied to a fucking tragedy. But I'm pretty sure he passed away in 2003. I remember he was on the set of 8 Simple Rules, and then he collapsed. There's more to the story. I don't want to talk too much about his death, but I know it was something with his aortic valve that kind of like ruptured, which sucks. I know he was misdiagnosed with having a heart attack, and then they found out it was that. And by the time they took him into surgery, it was too late. But John Ritter, from the information I know, was just a really good guy, around and about, and a good actor. I remember Mom being upset when he passed. And for some reason, even though I was young, I was like, 10 or something? It was, for some reason, a really, really, really big deal at the time. And then a few days before or a few days after John Ritter passed, Johnny Cash then passed as well, which was also tremendous, tremendous news. If you go back, 2003 was 21 years ago. If you go back 21 years, a celebrity passing away or a musician passing away was much bigger news than it is today. Sure, it's sad and depressing, like, oh man, such and such passed or this person passed, but it's not as global of a and as big of a news as it was 20 plus years ago for some reason. Uh, it used to be like that's all people talked about that day. Now it's like, oh hey, this person passed away. Oh, this thing is also on. But they wrote his death into the show and then turned it into, I think, a two-part episode talking about into Eight Simple Rules, talking about how his character passed away while at the grocery store. The same situation, just collapsing, which is heavy. Not to veer too much into the topic of death and that type of thing, but I remember watching Roseanne as a kid, and despite anything we could say nowadays, I remember watching the episode where, spoilers for a show 30, 40 years old, the episode where Dan died. And that was my first time watching TV. I think the reason it's a core memory is the first time watching a television show and being sad about what was happening in a sitcom, because sitcoms were always funny, tee hee ha ha. Obviously, watching shows and cartoons growing up, you have moments where you're anxious or you're scared, or maybe you're a little sad about what happened. I remember being sad when I thought the White Ranger died, but then he came back. And then fast forward 30 years later, I have an emotional breakdown because Jason David Frank passed away, but that's neither here nor there. It was more of, man, this person who everybody loves, and Dan and John Goodman on the show of Roseanne, died, and it was depressing, and it's a lot for a little kid to take in. I think it ended up being a dream or something, but it was still like, it was one of the first times as a child it makes you kind of appreciate those people around you. And I was young when I watched that. I had to be less than the age of 10. I had to be in single digits, and it was it was a lot. So I couldn't imagine maybe people that same age watching Eight Simple Rules or older or what have you to take in that sort of information. And this is a huge sidebar at the start of the episode, but it's just, I don't know. I haven't seen John Ritter. I haven't watched Three's Company or Eight Simple Rules in a long, 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 long time. And obviously with him being passed, I haven't seen anything with him in it in a long time. And I just have that random bit of knowledge stored away. But it is sad. My running guess was that he's going to be a reoccurring character, or with him being able to get Willow some free stuff, Xander loving his pizza, it almost seems too good to be true on the surface. So he's probably a demon.
Well,
I don't know. He's a vampire. I don't know.
Fry it in herbs and olive oil, but you got to use cast iron skillet. No room for compromise there.
You know, you
Gotta
should
use
market
cast
these
iron.
things. I mean,
We really want you to be okay with this.
I'm okay.
That boy's a fucking vampire, bro. Does she invite him in?
I am.
She ain't. Look, she's gonna take her aggression out on there. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there it is. I was waiting. Captain America, trash can shield.
Buffy, I believe he's
Buffy, just stab him.
it's staking time, really, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's time for a medium rare steak-tacular.
I have.
Yeah.
I believe the subtext here is rapidly becoming a text. Are you sure there's nothing you want to share?
Want to talk about it, Buffy?
Forget it.
I feel like if you could tell anybody, it would be Giles.
Those mini pizzas have changed my life. Ted is the master chef.
Fine. So he's
It'd be a lot cooler if he was Master Chief.
good Ted.
Oh, God, here he
Where's
is.
Ted? Who do you think I was talking about?
Hi, Ted. Ted, who's here?
Hello, kids.
What are you doing here?
I'm updating the software in the guidance office, which reminds me, your upgrades.
Oh, what a day. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. Buffy, do you like miniature golf?
Who doesn't love
Well, your
putt-putt?
mother and I were thinking maybe this Saturday we could drag the three of you out to the course.
That's you. I'm just...
Worried. I know.
Severely worried.
I shouldn't have bothered you.
So Mom's.
She feels bad for not feeling better because he's poking around, but you understand that she needs the space, but you can't Yeah, it's a catch-22, man. Because yeah, he can stay away, but he's concerned. And when you're really concerned about somebody, it's hard not to want to check in. So there has to be some sort of middle ground and balance. I guess you could wait for her to come poking around, but you know, I think I'm more on her side in the fact, hey, I need space. Like this was traumatic for me. I've seen all these things. I need to be away from all of this stuff. Can you please just give me time and space? But like he doesn't have no ill intentions about it. He's literally just checking in on her. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for her.
I was, but I'm sorry if I don't want to talk about Ted all the time.
So you're gonna talk about something else at some point?
I'm sorry. I just have so much to deal with. I don't need some new guy.
There's also a disconnect right there. This brother's 300 something, 200 plus years old, and she's a 17-year-old rambling, bambling teenager. Like, bro, you know you're trying to like get with the kid, right? Okay, I'm just making sure. I like you, Angel, but I'm just
Maybe your mom does.
something a little weird about it.
And what we teach her is what she takes out into the world when we're not there, whether it's at school or an unchaperoned party.
Oh boy, here we go. He's gonna be maybe just an overprotective dick.
I don't mean to overstep my bounds. This is between you and your mother. I just think right is right.
God, he looks like Dr. Octavius. She wore these fucking heels out here to play some mini golf, bro.
Hey, how about that? Got a hole in two.
Beg to differ.
Okay, so find my score or whatever.
I think you're missing the point here, little lady. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Why don't people see that?
It's just a game.
He's tapping the shit out of that club on his
just a
foot.
game, do your own thing. Well, I'm not wired that way. And I'm here to tell you it is not a game. It does count, and I don't stand for that kind of malarkey in my house.
But I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
in
your
your
house.
Do you want me to slap that smart-ass mouth of yours? Who's up for dessert? I made
Gee.
chocolate chip cookies.
You punch him right in the fucking throat meat. Nah, I'd be god, bro. Is step parent talking to a kid like that? You know what? I will say briefly, when my mom and my stepdad first met, obviously I was a lot younger, I was very apprehensive. But that dude is the nicest, most sweetest man on this planet. That is literally a second father to me, and he has been for 20 some odd years. He's literally the best. But man, if she would have met somebody like that somebody would talk about a civil war. Not even for me. Mom also would have beat his ass.
I do not expect you to love him right away like I do, but I...
It's the food. He spiked it. Everybody's been eating it and loving it. I don't know if I'm still sticking with the whole vampire shindig. Demonic, maybe, just a grumpy old man. But it's don't eat the food.
Yeah, I kicked my ball and put me in jail, but he totally wigged.
And he didn't say anything about it in front of the others, did he?
No, but I don't think that's
No, I thought that was pretty decent of him.
Joyce, you are fucking drugged.
Ted said we are just gonna have to give you time to come around. Oh, speaking of which,
I'm gonna
he's
fuck
making
Ted up
dinner for us
myself.
tonight, so I'd like you home, please, promptly at 6.
No, ma'am.
This is so delicious.
Yeah, I bet it is,
mean
but it's
check 'em
wonderful.
out?
There's fucking
I mean,
Xanax and ecstasy in it.
Your friends, not my friends. You want to go to the utility closet and make out?
God, is that all you ever think about?
She does.
okay.
Okay, let's go. Come on.
Well, I'm not wrong here. Ted has a problem with me. He acts different, like happy? Like Stepford. You help me?
You know I will. What do you want me to look for?
Let's start small. Can you find out where he works?
Stepford Wives, didn't they end up being like robotic? Wasn't that a thing? Wasn't the Stepford Wives robotic? Like they had something in their brain where they were all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And he said during the mini golf that he's not wired that way. Which is just a turn of phrase, but Joss does a really good job at like foreshadowing, giving hints to what's going on. Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye out for more of that stuff. And he's really good with computers?
Yeah,
Hold up now. Man, doing that all day. I mean, I've been in internet repair. That shit's exhausting. Look at Ted Bundy, bro. He's over here racking it up. I wonder if that's also like if that's also kind of what it's going for, because Ted B, super nice guy, but super dark past, or super dark inside.
You're in here.
Nobody beats the machine. The guy is a genius.
Okay, he's a robot. He's good with computers. He's not wired that way. The Stepford reference, and he just called him the machine. He's not fucking Bert Kreischer.
Everything about computers.
All right.
Amen. Well, another great
Almond.
day at work. How was school today, Buffy? Did you learn anything?
Quite a bit.
Good for you.
I always did hate. I mean, I get it's a typical dinner conversation. Yeah, I hate it. How was school today? Like, it fucking sucked, dude. It was the same as yesterday. Unless I actually did learn something. I'd be like, hey, blah, 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 this is what I learned about this. Blah, 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 blah. But man, you know, when you're a kid, you're angsty. You're just like, it's just another day. It's fine.
Well, Joyce,
What are you doing in here?
your mother told you to go to your room, Buffy. You and I both know she didn't mean climb out a window and go gallivanting about town.
First of all, this is my room. Second, you've been going through my things?
Yes, I have.
That's my personal property. How dare you?
I don't see how it's any different from you snooping around my office, do you? What exactly is a vampire slayer?
It's none of your business.
Beg to differ, little lady. Everything you do is nothing but my business.
Hey, Ted, I feel like if you read that somebody was a vampire slayer, it'd be somebody that would slay vampires. I feel like somebody as smart as you would be able to pick up on context clues.
From now. Sleep tight.
That's mine, and you are not leaving this room in it.
Take your hand off me.
No.
Damn! Oh, no.
I was so hoping you'd do that.
Back him. That's a heavy-handed motherfucker, bro. Oh, his neck broke. Oh my gosh, she killed him.
You killed him.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. Oh, maybe he's just a dude. It was self-defense, though, so.
You're home, and the two of you should try and get some rest.
Where the fuck is this going? Because I don't like the way he was questioning her like that. If we're being honest, that was some low-down, dirty bullshit. I'll leave my girl alone. Gotta ride in the car with the dude that killed your boyfriend? That's crazy. Or the girl that killed your boyfriend, sorry.
Are they charging you with something?
I don't know.
She got
Not yet.
punched by a grown-ass man. I don't care if he's a demon, robot, fucking
He was a person.
Frieza. Like, you can fight back.
Killed him.
Of course, I told them you
Man, this is killing me.
Oh,
That
God,
bastard
this
was
is...
up to something, I know.
I feel the cringe, the ick, if you will, like in my bones, because it feels like they're trying to set her up when it's just self-defense, and I don't like it.
What? If I could just get my hands on him. Earlier this week.
I thought you liked him.
I sometimes like things that are not good for me. Besides, no way, no how does
Yeah,
Buffy put
does
this
it?
big hurt on an innocent man.
If you need help,
No, Buffy needs your help more than I. You carry on investigating. See if you can find out as much about this.
I don't think she was going to offer to help, but it's kind of cute in the moment.
I will.
Yeah, don't get pulled over with a duffel bag full of
no criminal record. Damn,
wood
this guy's
chopping
like
axes.
Citizen of the year.
Don't sweat it. It'll be fine.
Don't sweat it.
Yeah, cute buddy. We'll work it out. No worries.
What happened to this is killing me?
Worrying isn't gonna solve any problem.
the cookies. So if you're constantly eating the food, you're under it. But if you have it sporadically, yeah, reverse engineer that fucking thing.
Sure, keeps you all mellow and compliant. It also shares a few components with ecstasy.
This is evidence. This is real evidence.
I mean, it shares components with it, but goddamn, we weren't too far off the mark like we usually are. Hip, hip.
That Ted was some kind of a crook. Buffy's cleared. Willow, you were the best human ever. I adore you.
Don't say it too
That's the
loud.
Cookie's talking, but
Yeah.
you rock.
Till now.
Miss Calendar. Oh God, Jenny, Jenny. Sorry, I really like that song.
Huh?
Can I hear the sound of your body, body?
The hell with this.
She nailed it shut.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's official. This day can't get any worse.
Except Ted's back.
Beg to differ.
Buffy, you look like you just seen a ghost. Damn.
A good salesman always bounces back.
Giles, put the cross in his face. There you go. Get a dagger, a stake, a crossbow, a bow and arrow, a morning star, a mace, a malice, a taser, tranquilizer, a dartboard, spark plug, rotary.
See, I had to shut down for a while to get you off my back. You should
Robot.
have seen the
Okay, we're back.
intern's face when I got up off the table. It was a hoot.
Giles! Oh, you shot him.
Nice shot, lady.
All right. Uno reverse, mother brother. Done shot Giles right in his upper buttocks, lower back.
Fair, Missy.
Damn, she cut deep. Yeah, robotic.
You're gonna.
Slumped. She has mashed potato brains.
Don't worry about me and your mother. We're gonna be very happy.
Buffy, get up. Stop playing around. Hey, y'all seen that video where the dude breaks the window and cuts his fucking hand wide open? Yelling at his ex or something. And then he cuts it like a big ass vein and he's like, but baby, call the cops. Shit's wild.
Careful. It doesn't go with the rest of the decor.
It don't, so move it. There's a trap door underneath. I like Cordelia with the bangs. Oh, she should have let out a fucking screech.
Is it real?
Is it real? Girl, he got taken away in a body bag.
Because I'm sure he's.
Do we have to worry about Buffy right now? How about worrying about Teddy? He's the one who died.
I'm sorry. I just.
I'd be like, motherfucker, you go sit
I don't
down.
know what to do.
Don't I always tell you what to do? I'm going to make things right.
Creepo.
Then you and I. Want a little gravy with that? Can go away where no one will bother us again.
I'd have been like,
Ted,
what was that about
I think you might want to
You
rest.
about the gravy?
I think you might want to stop telling me what to do. I don't take orders from women. I'm not wired that way.
Oh, God. I am so sorry.
Forgot he got shot.
No, you're just in shock.
Yeah.
That will grow back, don't you?
Yeah, I just, oh, yeah, don't laugh. Yeah, don't, yeah, hospital. That's one way. Just let her shoot you. And then, boom. Now you can make up. He kicked the shit out you. I just don't think as a Slayer she should be getting knocked out so easily.
Let's go.
Ted, let go, please. Get off me.
Bro, you did not just put... Oh, and she's out cold. Not mama, bro. Buffy! Come beat this man's ass with a brick. Come on, Buffarunos. Bam! Do me a favor, hold the fucking... Yeah.
This house is mine.
Oh, the prosthesis.
Buffy, how about a nice game of Parcheesi?
That shit looks crazy. One thing I have to give them credit for is the prosthetics and the virtual, like, the makeup, all of it. But see, fortunately, Joyce was knocked out, so she's not getting to see any of this. What are you going to tell her?
The sad part is the real Ted must have been a genius. There were
Yeah.
design features on that robot. The predate.
Willow, tell me you didn't keep any parts.
Not any big ones.
Oh, well, you're supposed to use your powers for good.
I just want to learn stuff.
She's a
Like how to
wholesome
build
being.
your own serial killer?
It's so hard to rent one now.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that Cordelia is actually walking with them?
An air horn every time I walk into a room? I mean, what is it with grown-ups these days?
But Cordelia is Xander. I know it's the end of the episode. Look at them.
An air horn
She's
every
fed up
time I
with
walk
it.
into
Look at the way she's holding him, too.
a room? I mean, what is it with
And the way they
grown-ups these
giggle
days?
walking away. Oh, Giles and Jenny. Rupert and Jenny. Bidda-bup-bup-bup-bup. That's a good ending. And it's a good parallel to the beginning of Buffy walking in on her mom and dad making out, to seeing her other father figure and another teacher making out here for the episode of Ted. That wasn't bad. That was pretty solid. Buffy investigates a salesman named Ted who is romancing her mother. That's a hoot right there, man. I like that probably more than I should. I think it's a good episode. Ted just being robotic and giving the hints that he's robotic. I think there is some references there to Ted Bundy, but yeah, keeping his wives, the dead bodies stored in the house. So he made a bigger and better Ted version of himself. And just, I mean, there's something romantic in there. You take away all the creepy shit, but it's still gross. Cordelia and Xander further in their relationship because they keep wanting to fucking make out in broom closets. Giles winning back Jenny, getting her back into the fray a little bit, which is really fun to see. We get no Oz this episode, just Willow hanging about, doing her thing. Willow just getting the free computer software and keeping some of the parts. A little creepy, but she's wholesome in the fact she just wants to learn. This doesn't help progress anything at all after the last episode, but it does put us into, our second half here. So something I wanted to do and to try or mess around with a little bit is at the end of each of the episodes, just taking an extra second to look at the episode ranking of what was given to the episode by IMDb comparative to like how I think about the episode. And then see if there's any trivia for it or anything interesting like that, because most of it is spoiler free, which is nice. So facts about the episode was it aired on December 8th, 1997, which was a Monday. I was just a little bitty kid. The blurb from IMDb has Buffy's mom introduces her new boyfriend who charms everyone except Buffy. When she confronts his dark side, she is left questioning her actions. This episode received a 7.4 out of 10 with 4.1 thousand people leaving a review on it or leaving their ranking system for it. A 7.4 is pretty good. I don't really do the points like 0.2, 0.4, 0.7, 0.8. I would just say that this, you hate to say 7 because 7 always seems like the most common answer, like 7 out of 10. And people think that that's like a mediocre score and that's like an average score, when really it'd be like 5 out of 10 is, like that's the middle ground score. I would say that. I would say 7.5. 7. I know I said I don't do the points. A half a point doesn't count. I would say, 7.5 out of 10 for the episode right off top was pretty good. Here we go. Let's get to the trivia for it. If there's not too many. And they do have a spoiler section that we can avoid, or spoiler just for the episode. John Ritter claimed this influenced his understanding of his own stepdaughter. Very interesting. This was shot during the Halloween holiday. Many members of the cast and crew came to the set in costume. Kristen Sutherland wore a 1950s costume like Ted's first wife, and Sarah, Buffy, came as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz along with her dog Toto. Nice, nice, nice. Very interesting. John Ritter is the first actor on the show to be billed as a special guest star. John Ritter's father, Tex Ritter, is also an actor that worked with Joss Whedon's father, Tom Whedon. Nice. In the final fight between Buffy and Ted, both actors were ill. Buffy had the flu, and Ted was suffering from food poisoning. This happens to be one of Willow's favorite episodes, largely because of the participation of John Ritter and getting to shoot at a mini golf place. Yeah, see, Ted and other characters use specific languages to tease the audience about Ted's robotic personality, saying, "I'm not wired that way" a couple of times, and being described as a machine, and Joyce even saying, "Every home should have one of you." Nice, nice, nice. Angel reveals that the contract on Buffy's life with the Order of Taraka has been canceled, which is why they send no more assassins after her after the deaths of Ortakis, Norman Feaster, I don't know how to say that, and Patrice. The plot is similar to that of The Stepfather, 1987, where the teenage girl suspects her new stepfather, who is obsessed with old-fashioned values, is a serial killer who marries women and murders them when they fail to live up to his expectations. Very nice. Yeah. Very, very nice. Yeah, 7.4 is close. I would give it a 7.5. I like John Ritter. I like Ted. I think him having a little bit more of a darker side was pretty interesting. Angel, I mean, he's in the opening credits and he's mentioned, but he's not in the episode at all, which is weird. So, anyways, we'll leave it at that. This episode is entitled Ted for episode 11. Episode number 12 is entitled Bad Eggs. And we'll see you there. Links and everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.